How y'all doing? Lead Farmer 73 here, and I really am not going to be on here long unless the conversation starts to reciprocate. I just kind of want to tell y'all something that just happened, and it made me make this video. I hope my Wi-Fi is doing okay because I'm way out on the island. My Renaissance grandma, how you doing? Locks and Land Homestead. My Renaissance grandma, can you see me? If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me clear, give me 3 thumbs up. Because I'm so far out on the island and I didn't make any preparations. Wow. Thank you, my Renaissance grandma. Thank you, everybody, for the confirmation. Thank you, Q-Dub, Cynthia, C. Woods, Missy Hawk in the house. Missy Hawk, I'm sure you'll kind of enjoy this conversation that I'm about to have. Mia Fields, C. Woods, Talisha, let me see, Soulful, what's going on? Miss Sunny, Jen Sting, how you doing? And Mia Fields, I think it was. Coco Chanel, how you doing? So Good Garden, what's going on, my brother? What's going on? And So Good, I know you good, man. So this may be something that you may want to talk to your folks about too. And matter of fact, hey, Kathy Love, Chris, Amy, Virginia Smith, this is something that hopefully that everybody sits down tonight or sometime early this week and have a conversation with their family, close friends, and even your enemies, really. Thank you, everybody, for that confirmation. I'm glad you can see me. That says a lot for me. I'm going to go ahead and get ready for this, okay? You gotta bear with me. I never do this, and I never share this kind of stuff, but today it just hit a little different, and I kind of wanted to touch on it because it means a lot, not just to me, but it may mean a lot to you and put you in the right mindset. All right. Hey, Amina, how you doing? I'm going to talk about something. Well, I'm going to talk about a dream. I hate doing that because that's so corny. It's so many people be like, I had a vision. I think I heard a vision. I had a vision. It's so corny and played out these days because there's so many fake people just trying to get clicks, likes, and views. I don't have visions. Period. I'm not gonna get on that corny fake crap because there's so many people on social media. I had a vision. Every 5 seconds they got a fake ass vision. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I had an actual dream. I don't dream much. I don't know why. I never have. My wife can tell you I just don't dream much. I don't. When I go to sleep, I'm like I'm dead until I wake up. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. This was not a vision. This was a dream. The dream is kind of crazy, so please kind of try to keep up. And if you try to make too much sense of it, don't. Just miss the mess to get the message, okay? Had a dream last night. In this dream, I was going over some friend's house that I don't even know who the heck they were. I went up to their apartment, and one of my friends was the black dude from the movie Paradise. Y'all know the black dude, the star of the show Paradise on Netflix. Don't know why. I don't know why. But we all greeting each other. I come up to the apartment. I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? Oh, what's going on, lady? Hey, man, come on in, man. So I'm up in this apartment, and I evidently, in my mind, we've been kicking it for quite some time. All of us partying, having a good time. It's me, it's him, it's a bunch of people in there that I do not have their faces in my head. I can't tell you who they were, but I had a sense of it was just as many women in this apartment as it was men. So I'm gonna say it was like, 4 men, 4 women, okay? One of the gentlemen definitely, again, don't have his face, don't know what he was shaped like, looked like, but he was in a wheelchair. He was handicapped. And I remember being in the apartment and thinking, the apartment was small and it was up on the high level. And I was thinking to myself, like, how did he get up here? That's number one. Number two is he had like a gigantic wheelchair. I don't know why. It was like Dr. Xavier from the X-Men style wheelchair, like he gonna launch rockets out of this wheelchair or something. I don't know why it was so freaking big. It was like the electric chair of wheelchairs. Like, like if he done with life, he could just push a button and meet the Heavenly Father, and his chair is so big. So we hanging around. I can't stop looking at this freaking wheelchair, thinking to myself, how is he going to even get back down to the ground level? Long story short, we partying and we hear these explosions. Boom, 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 boom. It wasn't like fireworks. It was like dynamite or something bigger. Okay? They were explosions. They weren't electrical grid boxes overheating or anything like that. It was like literal explosions. I don't know if you've ever heard plastic or dynamite blow up, but it sounded like that. It was make your ears ring. So I tell everybody to chill out, hold on, and let me see what happened. All the lights went out when these explosions happened. And I'm looking around, I make sure everybody is okay. And I keep my eye on the dude in the wheelchair, even though I don't know what he looks like. Remember, this is a dream. So I'm thinking to myself, we're about to have a problem because, you know, it's like 8 of us, and then it's this guy in this like ultra mega gigantic big wheelchair. In my mind, thinking now, maybe it was so big because he was like obese or something. I don't know. He was a big guy. So I look out the window. Here, baby, you gotta go play somewhere. I looks out the window. And the weird thing about me looking out the window, we were on the top floor, on the top level. So I'm looking out, and I don't look out over the city. For some reason, I knew exactly what to look for. Right across the street was the hospital. My first thought was, if something really, truly, seriously just happened with all of those explosions, it was multiple explosions, maybe 10 just in my head. If something seriously really just happened, that hospital will not have power. Even their backup generators will be blown if something that serious happened, right? As serious as it sounded. So I don't look over the landscape of the city, I look at the hospital. And when I look at the hospital, all the lights were out. Everything. Now, it was like dusk. It was just getting dark. So the sun had just set over the trees. So it wasn't dark, it was just like now. And I'll give it was like this. So it'll be dark here soon, but we still got plenty of daylight. So I'm thinking to myself, it is dark enough for me to see if their lights and power is on or not. There was no power, no lights, no anything. But weirder than that, there was no sound. There were no screams. There was no one yelling. There was no noise. There was no traffic. There was nothing moving in the streets. There was nothing moving in the road. There was nothing. So after I looked at the hospital, no power or anything, I look over the landscape of the city because we're on this top floor in this apartment, and nothing is moving. Everything is still. There's not even there's nothing. No smoke, no cars, no horns, no sirens, no screams, no yelling, no nothing. So I look back at all my friends in this apartment. I say, hey, we got to get out of here. You know, this is really weird. Now, in my head, I've been looking and checking everything out. I'm running around the apartment looking out all the windows. And I'm like, listen, something is wrong. We got to go. Stick with me, because this is when stuff gets really stupid. Well, this is when you kick in. Everybody watching me, this is when you kick in. So I'm like, listen, I'm over here visiting my friends and family, whoever this is, and hey, I don't feel threatened at all. I'm surrounded by good friends, people that, and now remember, it's a dream. I feel as though I trust these people with my life. So I don't bring a firearm. I don't bring any knives. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of dressed up. Got on one of my little fly shirts. You see me dressed in Florida or something. And I'm feeling good or whatever. Got my little jewelry on. And what I'm thinking to myself, you ain't gonna always, well, you should always have your sidearm with you or some sort of weapon or some sort of tool with you. But I'm thinking it's a party. So I tell everybody we gotta go, and they tell me, man, you tripping, man. You need to just calm down, chill, man. Come sit down, have a beer or something. And I'm like, nah, don't y'all hear what's going on? Listen to me. Did you hear all the explosions? Everybody said, yeah, we heard it, man. You know who the president is. Stuff gonna happen. I'm like, no, no. Listen, hey, we need to make a move. We need to make a move. Everybody need to figure out how we gonna get this wheelchair down the steps right now, right? And get this guy to safety. Everybody say, man, you tripping. You need to calm down, relax, and chill. Everything gonna be all right. The power will be back on in a minute. I said, listen, the power is out over the entire city, not just on this block. The hospital has lost power. Hospitals don't lose power because hospitals have multiple backup power systems because of all the people that's inside and the things that's go on inside of a hospital. Hospitals don't lose power unless something really, really bad is happening. My friends are trying to convince me to chill out, relax, and everything gonna be okay. For a snap second, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, maybe I can just sit down a little longer and keep on trying to figure out what's going on. But then the shock came into my head. Remember, all of this is a dream. The shock came into my head of, wait a minute, I'm at my friend's house. My wife and my kids and my family is at my house. They're somewhere else. They're across town, right? Here's the crazy part. It's in such a decent walking distance that I walk to my friend's house. So I know that I have to walk. I in my head I don't live far. So I tell everybody, listen, I gotta go. My wife and my kids and my family. And listen, I'm not armed. I don't have any weapons. I don't have anything with me, you guys. Listen, I gotta go. So they like, all right, man, just hit us when you get home. I said, I can't hit you because all the phones are down. Anyway, I fly out the front door and go down the steps because the elevator is out, and the steps are like ultra dark, and it reminds me of a house we used to live in when I was back in Toledo, where you couldn't see the steps. You had to know the steps, because there's no lights in this hallway. So I'm running down these steps. Crazy part again, there is zero noise. There is no sound to eat every one of these wooden, creaky old steps. Zero sound to them. So I noticed that immediately because I'm trying to be quiet. I'm trying to be as quiet as my surroundings, if not more so, right? When you don't know what's going on, you need to stay low. You need to not be seen. You need to be quiet as possible until you figure out what's going on and where is everybody at. So I noticed the first thing I was scared of is going down this dark corridor. These stairs are old and they're wooden and they don't have carpet on them, and they're going to make a whole bunch of noise. As I go down each step, and I'm a big dude, no step, no step make any noise. So I even kind of bounce on one, nothing. I go all the way down, and when I get to the bottom of the steps, that's where the door to let you out of the front of this complex is. And I crack the door open, and I look to the left, and I look to the right, and I'm looking around. Again, I don't hear no noise. I don't hear no screams. I don't hear any sounds. I don't hear any sirens. I don't hear any more explosions. But now it has gotten darker, and you can see nothing has light. There's no street lights. There's no hospital lights. There is zero sounds, no sirens, no nothing, no horns, no screaming, nothing. Then I step out on the front porch and I realize even the wind isn't blowing. There's no breeze. There's no smells. There's no nothing. So I start. slowly, scanning the area as I walk. With every footstep, I'm scanning the area. And I look down in the grass, and it's this little thing that looks like a little lobster claw or crab claw, just doing this in the grass. And I realize, I'm like, I've never seen a creature like that before in a day in my life. Like, what the hell is that? So I'm getting closer to it to try to figure out, what is this? And I realize I don't have time for that, but keep that in my mental, because these might be the problem of all this. I don't know. So as I make my way to my house, that's probably, in walking distance, just say 15, 20 minutes away, um, I walk past the hospital parking garage, that the hospital with no lights. And I realize it's not even cars inside this parking garage. And I'm thinking to myself, this is really bad. I gotta hurry up and get home, but I gotta stay stealth at the same time. I really want to run, but I had two problems. I'm like, if I start running, I don't want to spend all my energy just in case I have to fight, because I don't have any weapons on me whatsoever. The only weapons I have on me is the ones that God gave me. So I'm like, I can't run too fast and get winded and tired to the point if something do arise and I have to defend myself. So I'm running, and I'm kind of almost like skipping, kind of like, but I'm still trying to stay still. I pass the hospital, and I can see my house way far down these blocks. I can see it. But the faster I run and chill and look and scan, it seemed like the farther the house gets away. Again, this was a dream. I need you to understand that this story is a dream. Why am I telling you just an average, everyday, crazy dream that all of us have? Number one, I don't dream much. When I do, it's something meaningful. You understand? Like, I dream of my mother, I dream of my father, I dream of my childhood. I don't dream of just weird stuff, random stuff. When I do dream, when I woke up, I was extremely, extremely exhausted. Clearly, I must have been running in my sleep as well. Um, I do not have sleep apnea or anything like that. I don't stop breathing in my sleep, because that's the first thing people gonna say. Well, maybe you so big you be cutting your breath off with your throat meat. I don't have that. Okay, my wife she would truly tell me that, and my doctor. I don't have that at all. Every day I sleep very well. I'm very well rested when I do sleep. Okay, so it's not a health situation. I actually went to bed last night about 8:30, 9 o'clock or something. So I even went to bed early. I woke up to use the bathroom, and I just was exhausted. So I really, literally have been fighting sleep since 7:30. I've dozed off probably 4 or 5 different times. I don't know what it was, right? But I keep waking up. And this time I said, I better tell somebody this, because this is crazy. Okay, I had this thought, and this is what made me do this video. In this day and time right now, do not leave the house without your weapons. Do not leave the house without your supplies. Do not leave the house without a plan. Do not leave the house without knowing who your friends are and what they're capable of. I woke up with these thoughts in my head, thinking to myself, that's not like me. If anything, people are always accusing me of being either paranoid or over prepared for any situation. But this particular time in this dream, I was totally helpless. I was totally vulnerable. And I'm not used to feeling that way. Like, I at least, if at the very least, I don't leave the house without at least a pocket knife. You know what I'm saying? Something. I had nothing. And all I kept doing was looking down at myself, and kept patting I forgot about that. While I'm walking, I kept patting my pockets. Like I know I got a knife or something. One of my little tricky knives or some kind of knife that hides in your belt. I'm good for doing stuff like that. Some kind of gadget, something. And I realized all I have is some cash, my credit cards. And as I'm patting myself, I just keep seeing all the jewelry that I have on. I have on some nice shoes, some nice shorts, like a linen type set, and I was totally vulnerable. So I'm here just to do this video to ask you or tell you, look what we're going through. And it also was a reminder for myself. Don't leave the house. I don't care how tedious it is to keep putting that bug out bag on your back every time you just want to run to the market. Every time you just want to run around a corner because you need a jug of milk, you're like, I don't need my drug out bag. Not my drug out bag. Please don't pack a drug out bag, okay? I don't need my bug out bag to go get a gallon of milk. I don't need my bug out bag to just run over my mama's house real quick because she want $20. I don't need my bug out bag just to run in real quick and go get a bottle of wine because my friend's on their way. Stop thinking like that. If you have not figured it out right now, Couture, please don't pack a drug out bag, right? Please, if you packing a drug out bag, you you might be one of the problems why this all happening. But don't take this for granted. If you have supplies, if you stay ready, do not let your guard down. Not right now. Not right now. You understand? This ain't the time for that. We all know it's a dream. It was a dream. Everybody has dreams. Do they mean anything? Not really. Not to me. I know people say, you know your dream. You dream. How many times did you dream? You know what that means, don't you? I'm not one of them people. I don't get into that bullshit. I'm like, yeah, man, please. You know? If dreams meant something, I'd have been dead a long time ago. Okay? So, you can't say dreams is good or mean something good and positive only when you have a good positive dream. And then, like, oh, when you have a bad dream, oh, you know you about to die, don't you? People that keep saying they have visions and dreams and stuff. You don't never hear them say stuff like that because it's garbage. That's why. Now, can you manifest said dreams? Absolutely. Can you actually put all of this stuff into play? Absolutely. Can you go off of your dream and give you inspiration or desire? Absolutely. So I'm not saying that you can't do that, but all that other weird, you know, worshiping crystal and rocks and wood, I'm not into that. So what I got from this dream that I wanted to share with you is, please, please stay ready and stay prepared right now. Every time I get too relaxed and too chill, y'all see I've been at my house, you know, for a while now, and I'm just chilling. That might have did it. That might have did it. I could. That's what I thought. I just closed out the YouTube app and then cut it back on. Well, I said what I needed to say anyway. I guess now, thank you, honey. I guess now I'll just try to get everybody else's input and see, is it just me? Well, let's sit right here, a little closer to safety zone. Okay, there we go. All right, that probably will do it. If you can see me, give me a thumbs up. If you can see me and hear me, give me 2 thumbs up. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
You can get a chair out there.
I did. I actually brought some chairs from the land. Those in the driveway. The rockers. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Thank you. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Maybe I was just, these days, if you start saying too much stuff,
I'm about to jump in the shower.
all right, honey.
They should be calling me. I ain't gonna hear you.
Okay. So, um, all right. I hope, uh, I'm glad it start acting up once I got my point across. Okay. So, thank you everybody for the confirmation. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for holding up because I wasn't about to drop it. I was like, this just meant too much to me to just cut it off and start a new video. I would have just let it just go because I got my. And now I'm going to use the other 30 minutes to say, what say you? What do you think? Do you think we are entirely too relaxed? Do you think we are entirely too calm? Right? Do you think that we are not doing enough to be prepared for this is literally the new world order? Do you think that we are not taking things seriously enough? Now, I'm gonna say my part and then I'm gonna let y'all answer this stuff. Uh, I do not think we are taking any of this seriously enough because we've never dealt with it before. It's everything that's happening right now has always been theoretical. What if XYZ happened while we were XYZ? It's a lot of people going on vacation right now and going out of town and visiting friends. Please, while you packing your luggage, make room for your bug out bag. Make room for your get home bag for everybody in the vehicle. If you don't have enough room for your bug out bag, you may need to lighten your luggage because you can purchase some clothes wherever you're about to go. When I go to Florida, she bring a big old luggage. I don't. I'm like, listen, some cheap clothes, some knit shorts don't cost that much. I would rather do that and just purchase some clothes while I'm there than leave my bug out bag. Patient saying, we've never gone through this before, so it's easy for some to be lax. I believe it. Everything that we're going through right now is 100% theoretical. Missy Hawk says, yes, too relaxed. I just went out of town and said, no, I don't need my bug out bag. See that? See that right there? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Cause we like, I'll be right back. Or I'm going to relax. I'm going on the beach. I'm about to be half naked and drinking Mai Tais. I don't need my firearm. I don't need a machete. I don't need band-aids and my medical kit. And I just don't have dreams like that for no reason. Like I don't have old crazy random dreams. Uh, Tony B says just the other day, the 911 call center went out in PA. Very sobering. Miss Sunshine's, it's the people saying they can't do or it won't happen. Yeah, I'm not talking to them. I'm not talking. Listen. I'm not here to try to convince anybody else on what they should be doing. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm talking to the people that's here with me. I'm reminding you, reminding me. I'm not talking to the people that. I hate saying this, but everybody ain't gonna make it. I've been saying this for years. everybody ain't gonna make it, and they're not gonna make it not due to something catastrophic that's bigger than them. They're not going to make it because they never even tried. They never even cared to even want to make it. They always think, God is just going to reach his giant hand down and scoop them out of some trouble. And it just don't work that way, right? It just don't work that way. He wants you to put forth your effort too. And if you don't put forth any effort whatsoever, for instance, let's do this. Let's do this on a humanly earthly level. If you were drowning, now I'm a very good swimmer. If you were drowning, but you were stroking like this, and the top of your head was above water, and every now and then your face come up, but you don't scream for help, how do I know you're drowning? Your form looks half decent. Your face keep coming above water. Why on God's green earth, if you're not screaming for help, would I know that you need help? And I don't know why everybody keep thinking that our Heavenly Father is a whole bunch different than that. If you're not putting forth the effort to try to save yourself, why do I think you need saving? It's trillions of people on this planet that I need to be worried about. So if you're not making any headway, you need some help. What am I supposed to do? Just keep on coming to you every day like, hey, you good? I think God got better stuff to do. To keep tapping you on your shoulder every 5 minutes and say, hey, you good? You all right? You need anything? He's not a waiter. And I think that's the problem. We think God is your personal waiter that comes by your table or comes by your house every so often and say, you good? You need anything? Water? You want me to refill your Pepsi, your coffee? That's not the God I serve. You gotta show that you're trying. You gotta show that I wanna live. There you go. There you go. You have to show, Father, I wanna live. Father, I wanna stay alive. Father, I wanna protect my family. So everything you do, you gotta show him how serious you are. And if you don't, he he may look over you for the person behind you that's doing something and just need a little bit because you look. For instance, I can break this down in an earthly form again. If you Everybody know I got a bunch of generators, right? Everybody know I got a bunch of gas generators. I got a bunch of solar generators. You know that from watching me. If you were giving away gas generators and solar power generators, you wouldn't even ask me, do I want a generator if you was giving them away? Come on, keep it real. Because I'm not asking for no generator. I'm not saying anything, but you don't even know. Those might not even belong to me. It's just something you're seeing on this social media platform, right? So right there, you're looking right over me. You ain't asking me, do I need a solar generator or a gas generator? Because you're like, he good. He ain't asking for nothing. And I think he got plenty of them. That's what you think. So if you're not doing the work and trying to figure out how can I get some help, if you're not showing that you need help, nobody's going to help you. This is a whole new world. This is new America. Nobody's tapping you on your shoulder and picking you up off the curb and ask you, come on over here and you can get a good night's sleep at my house and get a good bowl of soup. Nobody's asking us any of that. So if you're not actually reaching out for help, nobody's going to help you. So my thing is, are you like the me that was in my dream? Do you leave the house every day unprepared? Do you leave the house every day like we don't have madmen running the country? Do you leave your let's get real funky with it. Let's get real funky with it. Do you leave your house every day like people aren't being chased down in the middle of the streets and hunted? Are you leaving your house without your sidearm, without your pocket knife, without your bug out bag, without your never coming home bag? Like there aren't human beings being hunted in the streets, American citizens. Are you leaving your house every day like the President of the United States just didn't give funding to these people rounding people up more than any military branch in the United States of America? The funding that's going to ICE is higher than the actual Marine Corps, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. Remember, they got nuclear subs and missiles and everything. He just gave funding, more funding to ICE than any branch of military. Are you leaving your home every day thinking everything is okay? Are you leaving your home every day like ICE just didn't raid a school and snatching people out of the school graduation? Are you doing that? Like nothing is wrong? You just waiting on every day for the mailman to come by so you can see what bills you need to pay. Are you leaving your house every day like you're going to have your job for the next 30 years, you're going to retire, and then you're going to get a pension like everybody else? Are you leaving your house every day? Are you waking up every day thinking that I'm going to just ride out my next, I only got like 6 years left and then I can retire, get my retirement and get my pension? Is that is that nonsense still on your mind? Do you really still think like that? Because I don't. As a matter of fact, I can take this conversation one step further. For all of us older folks in the game right now, I'm gonna put something real on your mind. Have you thought about, hey, there we go, let's try it again. There we go, let's try it again. Can you see me? Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. Give me a thumbs up if you can see me. I shouldn't be buffering now. Gotta be kidding. Thank you, Val E. Valley girl, I see that. Give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know what's going on, y'all, but it's not acting right. And my Wi-Fi is literally on the top of this building. So I'm gonna just start out. I'm not gonna talk about that. I'm gonna just get back to what I was saying. What are you gonna do? Us older generation, what are you gonna do if the money stops coming in? Because if the money stops coming in any way, form, or fashion, you're gonna lose everything you own. If the money stopped coming in, if whatever pay you got coming in, if it stops, you stop. Thank you for that confirmation, everybody. Thank you.